Semi-truck driver accused of making an illegal U-turn and causing a deadly crash is in jail in St. Lucie County tonight. Harjinder Singh was extradited back to Florida from California overnight. The feds say he's in the country illegally.
America, the American Trucking Association has been lying to us for decades about a massive truck driver shortage that doesn't even exist. There are 10 million Americans with active commercial driver's license, but instead of improving pay and working conditions to retain drivers, trucking companies convince the government to import cheap foreign labor who can't read English or road signs. But here's what's really sick: when these unqualified drivers cause deadly accidents, like Harjinder Singh killing 3 people in Florida, the same industry that created this mess blames individual drivers instead of their corrupt system. Because this isn't just about immigration, this is about corporate greed, using fake shortage narratives to exploit foreign workers while destroying American truckers and putting everyone at risk on the roads. The corruption here is absolutely insane.
Please, I beg you, let me explain you about these Mexican tags in America. This tag, see the collar? This is a Mexican national. He's supposed to come to America with a load from Mexico, drop it, and leave right back. They don't.
What is up, guys? Tyson De La Cruz here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. This story exposes one of the biggest corporate lies in America and shows you how corruption in the trucking industry is literally killing people on our highways. Let me destroy one of the biggest lies in American transportation in this so-called truck driver shortage that the American Trucking Association has pushed on us for decades.
How big a worry is it right now that we can't find enough truckers?
Well, it is a problem. It's been a problem. We remember, Neil, we came into the pandemic with a shortage of about 61,000 drivers. I'm certain the new numbers, when they come out, will be a bit more inflated because of the pandemic. But as we exit, we are going to have that problem. It's a long-term problem that we need to do multiple things to address.
The American Trucking Association, the corporate lobby group for big trucking companies, has been claiming a massive driver shortage for decades. But here's their smoking gun. In their 2019 report about the driver shortage, they admitted in the footnotes that there are 10 million people with active CDLs in America. 10 million Americans have commercial driver's license. If there are 10 million people qualified to drive trucks, how can there be a shortage? The answer is simple. There is no shortage. There's a retention problem. These companies can't keep drivers because they refuse to improve pay and working conditions.
I hate to say this, but the driver shortage is a system of stealth corporate welfare masked as a jobs program which debases drivers' wages by subsidizing the truckers' retention problem. There actually was never any driver shortage.
Millions of Americans with CDLs aren't working in the trucking business anymore because they experience what everybody calls burnout, and they said no thank you. Instead of fixing their business model and treating the workers better, these companies convince the government that there's a shortage so they can import and exploit cheap labor.
So the truck driver shortage is a narrative pushed by the ATA, the American Trucking Association, which actually doesn't represent truck drivers. They represent mega retail carriers and what they do and how they lobby to the FMCSA there in Washington. So there's no shortage of qualified CDL drivers in the United States. What we're looking at is a huge turnover issue that would happen for a lot of these companies. Now
let's examine the Harjinder Singh case that perfectly illustrates how this corrupt system kills Americans. Harjinder Singh came into the United States in 2018, was detained and slated for deportation, but made an asylum claim. The claim was rejected, but somehow he wasn't deported. When Biden came into power, this guy was approved to stay despite having no legal right to actually be here.
Here's more from Secretary Duffy on X, posting, "Here's what we know. Washington State improperly issued the driver a full-term commercial driver's license. Asylum seekers or illegal aliens are not allowed to receive this."
Then California let him transfer and keep it despite his lack of work authorization. New Mexico pulled Singh over for speeding but failed to conduct an English language proficiency test that would have removed him from the road.
We're also looking into California's issuance of the commercial driver's license. The failures here are despicable and non-enforceable enforcement and radical immigration policies have turned the trucking industry into a lawless frontier.
This wasn't a mistake. This was systematic corruption across multiple states, not just in California, ignoring federal law and safety requirements. Now, here's where the corruption gets really sophisticated. It's called the chameleon carrier. It's a scam that lets dangerous trucking companies avoid accountability. When trucking companies rack up too many safety violations, here's what they do. They transfer all their trucks into a new LLC with a different type of motor carrier number, same people, same drivers, same trucks, but now they have a clean safety record on paper. You'll see these trucks with cardboard signs duct taped to the sides because they're consistently changing company names. During my research, I discovered that there's actually an aftermarket where people buy and sell clean motor carrier numbers. It's like buying fake identities for trucking companies. This type of corruption has some serious and real consequences. Multiple bridge collapse caused by drivers who can't read English road signs. Indiana, Michigan, and other states have had bridges destroyed by drivers who can't read signs that say maximum weight is 6 tons. Now let me show you the bigger picture on how this connects to economic exploitation on a massive scale. India received $129 billion in remittance from around the world in 2024. This is money that people working in other countries send back to India. Some experts call this economic terrorism. India sending people everywhere to grab whatever money they can and send it back home. How much of that $129 billion came from truck drivers working in America and Canada? It's a good question. We don't know. Meanwhile, American truckers are being driven out of business by companies exploiting foreign cheap labor. FreightWave has a section called Layoffs and Bankruptcy that documents American trucking companies closing and American drivers being laid off full time. For 3 years straight, legacy carriers who have been around for generations are actually going out of business. Meanwhile, nonprofits and the Biden administration kept claiming there's a driver shortage, so we need to give jobs to refugees and migrants. The American freight market has been in recession for 3 years, but they're still importing more foreign drivers. And guys, here's the ultimate hypocrisy. When articles exposing the Biden trucking action plan flooding the industry with foreign labor, the American Trucking Association said claims about migrants stealing American jobs were false. When Trump issued the executive order about English language proficiency, the same ATA thanked Trump for this common sense safety measure. They went from calling it false to praising the exact same policy in 6 weeks. America, this story exposes one of the most dangerous, corrupt lies in our country. A fake truck driver shortage that's killing people on our highways. 10 million Americans have commercial driver's license, but instead of improving pay and working conditions to retain drivers, the truck industry convinced the government to import cheap, exploitable foreign labor who can't read English road signs or understand American traffic laws. The Harjinger Singh case shows exactly how the system works. Reject asylum seekers getting CDLs illegally, states ignore federal law, and dangerous drivers stay on the road until they kill Americans. The chameleon carrier scam lets dangerous companies avoid accountability by constantly changing their identities. Bridge collapses happen because drivers can't read weight limit signs. American truckers lose their job while foreign workers send billions of dollars back to their home country. The American Trucking Association lies about shortages while praising the same safety measures they previously called false. This isn't just about immigration. This is about corporate greed, using fake narratives to exploit workers and endanger public safety. The trucking industry has been lying to us for decades, and Americans are dying because of the corruption. Every time you're on the highway, you're sharing the road with a potential dangerous driver who got their license through a corrupt process. The next truck you see might be driven by someone who can't read a road sign or understand basic traffic laws. Let me know what you think about this. Drop it down in the comment section down below. Smash the like button if you kindly would. Share, subscribe, and as always, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.